All right. We are officially live here on this Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It is March 8th. If you are watching this live or if you're watching the replay, we are March 8th and it is 10 a.m. Eastern time, the time that I'm doing this. And today, well, it's a pretty exciting day because we are actually going to be clicking publish for a piece of content that we've been creating and writing and really sharing how to write it inside of our content creation workshop, or I should say, well, it is a workshop, but it's a challenge that we're doing for everyone that attends. Basically, the challenge is from the time that you start the challenge to the time that you complete it, you will have a piece of content created and optimized and ready to publish. And that's what we're going to be doing today, actually at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But today, what I wanted to talk about is how to really overcome the fear of publishing. Because a lot of times people get hung up on, should I publish? It's not ready yet. Like all of those things. And we start to wait and we start to put it off. And then we might even get it to draft. And then after, we look at it, I don't know. And we kind of go back and forth. And when you do that, well, we all know that it's not live. So if it's not live, you can't get traffic. It's just that simple. So today I wanted to jump in here real quick because it is our scheduled Monday coffee talk. I am going to try to keep this short because, well, I'm going to be hopping back on at 2 p.m. Eastern time today because we are going to be doing day 6 of our content creation challenge. So really excited about that because a lot of our students going through this are going to be clicking publish on their content that they've been creating, but we are going to be doing it as well. So that's why I wanted to jump in here today, talk a little bit about that. Also wanted to give you some updates on the content creation challenge, let you know a little bit more about that. Also what we're going to be doing tomorrow for the content creation challenge, which is going to be amplification and repurposing. But today, pretty exciting day. So let me just make sure that we're here, that we're live. We are actually live. So if you guys could do me a quick favor and drop in the comments that we are live, that you can see and hear me okay. And then we will go ahead and get ready here and start rocking and rolling. Fresh coffee today is pretty amazing. It's a beautiful day out, sunny. So let me know, guys. And then I'm going to share something with you guys too today. Actually, I'm going to share my analytics from just yesterday, but actually the last 7 days, all from content. And yesterday, out of the last 7 days, was the highest day, which is pretty awesome. That's the cool thing about having content. Salma, what's up? Happy Monday to you as well. Alpandro, what up, professor? No specs today? What gives? I'm going to save that for the class. I'm giving my eyes a little rest right now. Actually, I don't know. I wear them when I really need to concentrate and read something on the computer. They are more for distance, but they are that progressive lens, which is a little hard to get used to be quite honest with you. Okay, cool. Good morning. You're live. Audio, visual is all good. What's up, Kay? Good morning to you. We are live. Awesome. All right, cool. The other thing I want you guys to do for me, and even if you're watching this on the replay, are you taking part of our content creation challenge? I'd be curious. And if you are, say, yes, I'm part of the challenge, or no, I'm not part of the challenge. Simple, right? That would be cool if you would do that. That way there, I know who we got here that is part of the challenge. So I did want to also talk a little bit about the challenge as far as like what I've learned so far from doing these challenges, or this type of training, I should say, because I'm actually doing it as a test in a sense to see, is this a good structure? Does this get more people to sign up because in the beginning it's free and then we turn it into a paid product as we get into, every single day that we're doing these and then we're pulling them down? What is it like to have a pop-up group? Like all of these things, testing. You guys know here on the Coffee Talks, I kind of give you a little bit more of behind the scenes. And inside of Brand Creators Academy, by the way, if any of my Academy members are here, we're going to be doing a full debrief on the challenge and really talking about what went well, what didn't go so well, what we'll do differently. Will we do another one? We'll give you guys all the behind the scenes stuff. Derek says no notification today. Yeah, that's interesting. That's Facebook. That's Facebook for us, because you just never know if people are going to get alerted or not. I have to be honest. Periscope, as much as Periscope kind of came and went, that was probably the best platform for getting people on live, because they got notified. You had that little tweet sound. It was like a little bird. And you got it automatically. You'd hear it, like, oh, okay. And then you would jump on. Now, sometimes that could be annoying, but for the people that you do want to connect with and you want to get on one of these, it'd be nice. It'd be useful. Facebook just decides when and what they want to do. So yeah, anyway. Ruth says, I'm doing the content creation challenge. I wasn't able to join the weekend, but we'll watch the replays. I plan to be there today. Awesome. Yes, part of the challenge. Cool, Michael. Yeah, the cool thing is, and this is always interesting to me, is we started the content creation challenge last Wednesday, and we had a total of like 165 people register. Out of those people, we've had how many people now? 300 and, well, I could probably tell you if I jumped over to that group real quick. I think like 390 people are in the group. Let me get out of here real quick and see if I can't do this here. Let me do this on the fly. Facebook does have a new user interface now, so you got to navigate all that. What are we at now? 393, I think. 393. So 393 people are in the 7-day pop-up group, which the pop-up group will be there through Wednesday of this week. So we did it for 7 days. But so we had 760 some people register, 393 people actually take the first action step, which was go join the free group. And because that's where all the lives are going to be broadcasted. But out of those people, the very first day, we had about 145 people show up live for that broadcast, for that live stream. The next day, about 130, which was okay. I thought it would have dropped more. The next day, about 105, which was good. And then we hit the weekend, and I think we had 90 on Saturday. And I think yesterday on Sunday, we tapped out, let's see, at about 70, I think it was. Today is Monday. We'll see. But I knew that was going to be the case, right? It's like people are all excited. They're gung-ho. But also they have things to do, right, on the weekends and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But again, I'm going to do a full debrief inside of BCA. But I'm also going to talk a little bit on the Coffee Talks and give you guys a little bit behind the scenes on that. But anyway, today, the main reason why I wanted to jump on here is, number one, because I committed to showing up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm here. I'm committed. You should be committed on your content structure as well. Number two, I wanted to talk about something that really holds people back from publishing content, which is they get into this perfectionism trap. And actually, we're going to be hitting publish today, so it kind of goes hand in hand for the content creation challenge. And then third, I wanted to talk a little bit about the challenge to remind you that if you're not part of it, you still can become part of it, and you can go through the past recordings as a VIP. So that's the main reason. I also wanted to show you some analytics that I pulled up today, this morning, which I thought were interesting. And I'm going to share with you why I'm so adamant and so excited about content and publishing content and what it can do for you. All right. So with that all being said, let's get rocking and rolling. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And okay, so I have this kind of already loaded up too. So those of you that have been going through the challenge, we're right here, right? So today we're going to show you how to format your content to keep people engaged and get ranked for search engines fast. That is what we're going to be doing here today. So we're actually clicking publish as well. Formatting, meaning we are going to show how to lay it out, right? And then from there, how to actually put links, how to put images, how to actually I almost said install, to create a live post on your website and click publish. So that is today. So really, really excited about that. And then tomorrow, we're going to show you how to amplify your content for maximum exposure to leverage your new digital asset. We're also going to talk about repurposing. But everything goes hand in hand. And I have to tell you, the VIP area is coming together really nicely. We've got some bonus trainings in there as well. And those are, I think Chris just uploaded those yesterday, which is him showing you how to grab your domain name if you don't have one, how to then connect it to hosting, and then how to install WordPress. So that way there today, when we create that first post, we're going to be able to do it and you're going to be able to do it so you can see exactly what you need. So nothing is going to hold you up. So again, if you're not part of the Content Creation Challenge and you want to be, I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here right now. Go to launchyourcontent.com. That's the VIP access in the future. That will just be to get access to the Content Creation Challenge will be this right here. It'll be getting access to all of the recordings that we've done. We haven't decided yet. We may raise the price. So again, this will be under $50 is what it is right now. So if you're interested, head on over to launchyourcontent.com. You'll get immediate access to that. And if you are coming in before we go live today, March 8th, you can join us today live, tomorrow live, and then we're going to do a bonus live session for all our VIPs. So anyway, that's there. All right. Now, let me show you something else. And this is pretty cool. I'm going to show you this screenshot. I literally just shot this morning. If you look right here, March 7th. So that was yesterday. Okay. Yesterday's numbers. Okay. This right here for the last 7 days, 7,627 page views. If we want to go unique, meaning unique people, 7,274. Average time on site, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Pretty awesome. Okay. Now, what I love about this though is look at, we had 1,000 people here. It dipped a little bit here, went up a little bit here, up a little bit more here, up a little bit more here, a little bit more here, and a little bit more here. Now, next week, it will probably repeat, okay? Because that's what we tend to see. It might be Saturdays are low, Sundays are higher, Mondays are a little bit lower, Tuesdays are a little bit higher. You'll start to see a trend within your market. But as time goes on, these numbers will, instead of it being 1290 that we had on Sunday, 1290 will be our low day and 1490 will be our high day. And that's just the way it goes. Like there's been times if we go in the past and we look at our numbers in the past, you'll see that it might have been 50 on one day, 75 on another, 85 on another, 65 on another, maybe 70, and then maybe it goes back to 80, and then it goes back to 75. But you're starting to see that you're in that or above 50. And then all of a sudden, 85 is your low and 100 is your high. And then you'll start to see that build momentum. So right now, whenever I look at this, I'm always looking for at least 1,000 page views per day. So that's 30,000 page views per month. That's what I'm looking at. Our goal for these right now, for where we're at in this, is to get these to 50,000 page views. Okay. Because when we do that, we get to turn on an ad network, Mediavine, which pays out a per 1,000 impression payment, right? And it ranges. I mean, those numbers on 50,000 could make you $1,000 a month. It could make you $1,500 a month. Just depends on what they call an RPM. Not going to get into that. The main reason in showing you this is because this is exactly what we are sharing with you for the Content Creation Challenge. It's the exact process. We fill 3 buckets. We have questions, how-tos, and product type posts. A lot of them are question posts. I would say 70% of them, maybe even more, are question-based posts right now. Then we move into how-tos, then we move into products. All right. So again, just wanted to show you this because I pulled this morning and I said, you know what? I think I should share that because I think that would probably let people say, oh, you know what? Maybe Scott's right. This content thing does work and it can get me traffic. I don't know about you, but getting 1,000 people to your website every single day, it changes everything. We build our email list. Now we're getting between 5 and 10 organic email opt-ins every single day. So we're building our list for free. Okay. We're able to start getting affiliate sales through our affiliate links, right? And if we have products, digital products, we start to sell some of those too. So everything just starts to really compound. So again, just wanted to share this with you to show you that, well, content works. Evergreen content works. This stuff will be working over and over 24/7, 365. All right. Okay. So now that I shared that, let's talk about this. And let me ask you this too. If you are watching this, whether it's live or on a replay, do you struggle with clicking publish on your content, or overthinking it, thinking it's not quite ready yet, or I still gotta tweak a few things. And then you just take a week or 2 or 3, or sometimes you never hit publish. I've had people say, Scott, I've got 5 posts that are in draft and I got to go back and work on them a little bit more. And I'm like, well, what do you got to do? Well, I don't know. The images, I got to add some more images. I got to add, maybe I want to link over to some other resources. I'm like, take an hour, get one of them done and hit publish. You can always go back and you can play with it, right? You can always go back and update it. All right. So let me know. Do you struggle with that? I know a lot of people do. I'm just curious. Derek already said, I'm a perfectionist. I'm working on being, I'm not being one. Yeah. And the idea is to just do it and see that, wow, guess what? Nothing bad happened. I published it. And actually I've got something out there on the internet that can be picked up by Google that people can find me, right? They can find my website, right? And then you'll be looking at your analytics going like, wow, there's 25 people that looked at my stuff yesterday. And then, oh my gosh, there's actually 100 people now that are seeing my stuff every single day. You got to get past the perfectionism. You got to get past it. All right. And then I'm going to talk about this. I'm just trying to see the questions that are coming in. It works. Content creation is what it's all about. Derek says, yes, it is. What analytic tool are you using? Is it Google? Yes, Google Analytics. There's all different tools you can use. We just use Google Analytics because it's their tool. It's probably going to be the most accurate. So that's why we use that. And if you're ever doing ad networks like Mediavine, Ezoic, AdThrive, they're all going to be basing it off of Google Analytics. Let's see here. Yeah, Natty says, sometimes simplicity is hard for me. Yeah, it can be. It can be. But simple is better. And because it takes all of the complication out of it, or making it complicated, it takes it all out of the mix, right? And it's just getting yourself going. All right, cool. So I'm going to go, you guys if you have any questions, drop them in there. Let me know. And if you have been attending the challenge, let me know, and anyone else that hasn't been going through it, how's it been so far for you? How's the content creation challenge been for you since attending? I mean, we're at day 6 today. Day 6 days in a row. And tomorrow will be 7. All right. So let me know that. All right. So here's what I want to give you. All right. Like I said, I got to keep this kind of short today because I have to get ready for this afternoon. We've got our 2 p.m. call for the content creation challenge. Here's what I want to do. I want to share this with you because I think it'll be useful and I think it'll be helpful. When you are thinking to yourself and you're getting overwhelmed, or you're thinking to yourself, I have all of this stuff that I need to make sure that I have right and correct and all of that, right? It needs to be perfect before I publish it. If you have a simple outline and then you filled in that outline with the answers to the questions, because basically the outline is questions in a sense, right? It's kind of like you're having a conversation. And actually Chris goes over this very, very detailed inside of the content creation challenge, where it's basically like, come up with your topic, right? Come up with the topic that you're going to be talking about, and then take that and break it down into 5 or maybe 7 bullet points. Okay. And then you fill in the blanks. If you've done that, right, you've now created a valuable piece of content. Okay. And so that takes the perfectionism out of it in a sense, because if you've done your research, all right, then you know that you've done the best job you can to fill in those blanks. So it's always about preparation to me, right? If you start something with good preparation, and in this case, it's like finding a topic, validating that the competition is where you feel as though you can compete, you know that your market's searching for this, right? And then you move on to creating an outline, you fill in the blanks, you hit publish, okay? We can take the perfectionism out of this because you're following basically a template, right? And then once you do it, here's the other cool thing that happens. Once you do it once and you're like, wow, that wasn't that bad. Or you know what? Next time I'm going to do this a little bit differently, but that was pretty good. You're going to get confidence. And when you get confidence, you're going to want to do it again. And then guess what? Once you do it again, you're going to learn something because you did those actions again, right? And then you're going to be like, wow, that wasn't actually that bad. I'm going to do that again. And then you do it again. Right? So we have to get ourselves into almost you're following a protocol. And it's your protocol. I mean, we're giving you inside of the Content Creation Challenge, we're giving you the framework. We're literally walking you through like how to come up with a topic, how to look at the competition, how to look at what makes the most sense for my market. Then from there, building out an outline, which should take you no more than 15 minutes. And then from there, filling in the blanks might take you an hour. And then from there, another maybe 15, 20 minutes formatting it and getting it out there into the world by clicking publish. Done. Now, the next step would be amplification, which is basically getting attention to it, which we'll talk about that on day 7. We don't even go there yet, right? So many people are like, well, Scott, what if I don't have any other articles on my website right now? Shouldn't I wait till I have like 5 or 6? No, you should post it now because no one's going to see it anyway right now, right? The quicker you actually hit publish and make it live, the better chance you have of it getting indexed, meaning Google has went out there with their bots and they picked yours up because yours is optimized for these keywords. And now you have a much greater chance of getting indexed and getting some traffic, even if it's one person a day, right? So you need to commit. I think that's the big one. Commit to getting a piece of content out, regardless if you think it's perfect or not. Okay. And the way that you can get around the perfectionism thing is to just do it. Right. And if you need help, then you follow our protocol, you follow our template, you follow our process. Right. We just went through in 6 days, but it will be 7 days in a 7-day period of starting from scratch, getting our information together, building out an outline, polishing it, writing it, all of that stuff, and then publishing it in 7 days. It actually will take you a lot less time versus us going through this step by step, day by day, because you don't have to do some of the stuff in day 1 again because you've already done it, right? So what I would like to see anyone that struggles at all is I would love for you to make a commitment to yourself and maybe to someone else. Maybe it's here. Maybe you drop it in the comments and you go, I am going to commit to writing at least one piece of content per week. One piece of content. If you guys missed when I shared what Dawn had done with her Cat in the Box website, she came on the podcast. We had a great discussion about her business. I talked about content. She was not really creating content at the time, very, very little. And then I said, you really should go after all of these questions and these different things that people are searching for in the cat world that will bring people over to your website. She did that. And she committed to one piece of content per week for a year. She went from getting about 30 visits a day to 1,500 to 1,600 people coming to her website every single day now. Okay. One piece of content. She got around the perfectionism thing by just committing to it. And regardless, she published it. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to be honest with you. There's going to be some content you create that isn't going to be your best content. It's just going to happen. But I bet it'll still probably get some traffic, right? So if you publish content, I will say this, you have a much, much better chance of getting traffic. And I think we would agree, right? You got 5 posts in draft, you got 0 chance. You got 5 that are, they're okay. You got 5 chances now, right? Because they're live. So we need to get past that. All right. We need to get past that. And the way you do it is, number 1, preparation and then commitment. And the preparation is very, very simple. Like I said, and we talked about this in the Content Creation Challenge. The very first day, we go through and we start to fill our buckets. We start to build our lists of different topics that we're going to cover. Then that's out of the way. Then we slide over to, okay, now that we've got these and we validated these in day 1 and day 2, we got that stuff done. We don't have to do that again for maybe another month because we've got this list, this bucket of content creation ideas. Then all we're going to do is we're going to build out our outline once a week and fill in the blanks and hit publish. That's it. So the perfectionism thing, overwhelmed with creating content, you need to commit to yourself to create one piece of content every single week. And the other thing is you need to commit to a day and a time that is going to be published. Perfect example. Here I am right now. I started this at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Why did I start it at 10 a.m. Eastern time? Because I committed to showing up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to you and to myself. And since I've done that, I have not missed a coffee talk. Okay? I've not missed one. So I'm doing this for a lot of different reasons. Number one, I want to be here for you. I want to show up. I want to be consistent. And I also want to show you what consistency looks like and what not being perfect looks like. I haven't showed up on all of these and been like, man, that was just awesome. I did such an amazing job. You know, there's some that I walk away and I go, that was solid. That was really good. And some I'm like, it was just okay, but I showed up. Right? So if you show up for yourself, it's going to build confidence. It's going to build confidence. It's also going to create a habit. When you have that habit, it feels weird if you don't do the habit. It feels like you're off if you don't do the habit. Every single morning, I have to walk. If I don't walk, I feel like my day is off. It feels like I got up on the wrong side of the bed because I feel like I missed something important to me, right? So you need to have those little routines, and one of them would be creating one piece of content. Don't worry about how you're going to promote your content. Don't worry about how you're going to create a Pinterest account for the content. Don't go there yet. Not yet. See, a lot of people start thinking about how they're going to promote the content, how they're going to, get backlinks to the content, how are they going to do all that stuff? How am I going to get better SEO? How am I going to get all that? Don't worry about that. It's way down the line. That's what hangs us up, right? Don't focus on that. We focus on creating the content off of topics that we've already done research on that is going to be found by people in our market that are searching for it. It's literally that simple. All right. So I wanted to share that with you guys here today. Jump in here and let you guys know that it can be done. It should be done. I wanted to show you an example from our numbers just on one of our websites. I showed you that just a minute ago, over 1,200 people yesterday alone. But I just wanted to share that with you guys to give you guys a little bit of motivation, a little inspiration for this Monday. All right. And also to remind you that you don't have to do this alone. That's why we created the Content Creation Challenge. Okay. I will be there. Chris Schaefer will be there going through this entire process. If you are watching this after the fact, let's say it's, April or May, we created this for a live class, but we also created it so we can have an evergreen asset for our brand that helps people no matter if it's live or if it's after the fact. So anyone that needs help with content creation, this is going to be that resource that we wanted to create for you and anyone else in the future. So if you do need help with that and you want us to walk you through it step by step, launchyourcontent.com. That will be the resource. And I promise you this, if you follow along, you will have a piece of content created and published and ready to get traffic. All right. So that's what I got for you guys today. Any questions before we wrap up this officially? And I'm fired up today. You know why? We're going to click publish today. We're going to click publish on a piece of content that we've been creating. Let's see here. Kyle says, the challenge is great. Awesome. Derek says, don't forget your coffee. Yes, I know. Thank you. Derek says, it would be better if it was a challenge at night, but it's good. Yeah, well, the thing is, for us, quite honestly, for us, it's better for during the day. And I understand people have jobs and people can't make it, but that's part of, you can get the replays and you can kind of watch through it. I've also found that too, is we can do our best. We can do our best to cater to everyone's schedule, everyone's times, right? But we have to do what's right for us too, right? So we're at our top of our game, and I practice what I preach. A lot of times at night, it's family stuff for me, right? My daughter does beach volleyball, right? So a lot of times by that time, it's time for us to turn it off. But I get it, Derek. I've done a lot. I mean, gosh, I did webinars for the past, I stopped doing them, but I was doing them for 3 years. And I did it every Thursday at 9 o'clock at night for 2.5 years. So I've done it, but I also only did it for that one night instead of it being this long. But I get it, man. What has worked for me to complete a task is to set a deadline and submit it. Even if it's 80% done, hold yourself accountable. I love that. Deadlines are another great tool to use. Let's see. Pat says, what it means if Google limits the amount of impressions an article gets after 6 months. I'm not sure what you mean on that, Pat. What do you mean if it limits it? Mean if it only gives you? It might just mean because you're not ranking high enough. So then it would come back. You'd have to come back and go, okay, why am I not ranking? Is it worth putting the time in to try to get this up? What I like to do, Pat, and this is what we do inside of our Brand Creators Academy, is we take our content. We don't really look at it for like 6 months. We just post it and move on. Post it and move on. And then in 6 months, we'll look at all of the top articles and the top pieces of content that are ranking. And then we'll look at some that are ranking on page 1, maybe at 9th position. And maybe we can get them to the 2nd position, right? With a little bit more love. But we don't like create an article and then start tracking the keyword on that thing and watching it every day. We don't do that. So I would say, yes, your 6-month threshold is good, but I wouldn't necessarily just look at that one. I would go, okay, let me look at the ones that are ranking. And if they're ranking just below where I think I could get more traffic, maybe they're on page 2 and with a little bit of love, I can get them on page 1 and instantly I've got traffic. That to me is a better way of doing it than just looking at an article and hoping that you can get that thing to rank. Let's see. Made a commitment to continue my own 7-day process following the easy roadmap from the Content Creation Challenge. That's awesome, Michael. I love that, by the way. Will Chris be doing over the shoulder today from WordPress site today? Yes, he's going to be. He actually went in. It's going to be easier for him just to actually take screenshots of all of the steps. That's what he did. So he's got a whole slide deck of all of the steps, arrows, pointing, clicking, all of that stuff. So yes. And Derek, in that bonus video in the VIP area, he actually has an over the shoulder of him actually writing that piece of content inside of WordPress. I believe it's in WordPress. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, once you get to publish, it's out in the world and no turning back. This is true. So today we add photo and videos to content we are going to publish from our website. Yes, if you have video, that would be the time to put it in there, embedded in there from YouTube. But yes, photos will be added. We're going to be optimizing. We're going to be going through an SEO checklist. So you're going to actually see that. Very simple. There's actually a tool for that. And then from there, when we're ready, we're going to hit publish. And that's it. Action equals results as per a t-shirt that a professor I know created. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Action equals results. Ruth says, you are the king of consistency, and I really respect and appreciate that about you. Thanks, Scott. Thank you, Ruth, for letting me know that. I appreciate that. Hey, Professor, you should write a book about what effect takes place if you take action. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. There is one. Boom. It's right there. There's the book, Take Action Effect. And if you don't have a copy, you should go grab yourself one. Go to Amazon and search for Take Action Effect. You'll find it. There, little pitch for it. But yeah, that book talks all about the power of taking action. Focus on the now. Yes. Salva has a question. Should you produce content that has green and under 10 in Uber Suggest, or is it okay if it's green and 20 something too, as far as the competition is concerned? My thing is this, Salma, is this a piece of content that you know that you are going to want your market to get from you? So I always kind of go there too. I'm like, is this something that if I was to write an email to my list, would they benefit from it? If the answer is yes, then I would do it. So that's where that competition thing goes out the window. If you're just starting and you want to get a baseline of content, I would probably stick with competition 10 and below. That's what I would probably do. And it would be all question-based, as we talked about in the Content Creation Challenge. Just a quick clarification on renaming pictures. If heading is "Can chickens eat cherries?" Picture should "Can chickens eat cherries?" JPEG. Correct. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Love the step-by-step challenge that you and Chris are doing. Makes it very easy to produce content consistently. Yes, very super easy. And that's the whole thing. We need to make it simple. We need to follow through step by step. All right. So guys, that is going to wrap up this coffee talk. I'm going to jump off because, well, I got to get ready for this afternoon. We've got a 2 p.m. Eastern time, our day 6, by the way. And if you still want to be part of the live challenge, you can still go in, get your VIP pass if it's, let's see here, March 8th or 9th, and then you can join one of our last lives. And then if you are watching this after the fact and you want to go through, you can still go to launchyourcontent.com. You'll get access to all the recordings, all of the workbooks. We're going to have over 7 workbooks for each day and some bonus downloads, some templates. All of that is going to be inside of the Launch Your Content members area or portal, learning portal. So go check it out if you want access, launchyourcontent.com. You get all the details there. And guys, I got to jump, but a lot of you, I'm sure I'm going to see you this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And the pop-up group, the Facebook group, will be streaming it in there live. So make sure if you are part of the challenge, make sure that you're inside that group at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, I'm going to send you guys out an email reminding you that we're going to be doing this live here today. All right, guys. So that's it. Take care. Take action. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys later. All right. Take care.